Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book roundup. We've got a decently sized haul, so let's get started. Kicking things off, we've got Avengers Forever, number 9. The current arc, The Pillars, is showing other Earths versions of major Avengers. We've seen Steve Rogers one. I'm fairly certain I know there have been others, but yeah. This one is focusing on Carol Danvers. But the focus is on a specific one. She has these dreams of other Carols, doing amazing. We see one taking over a Hydra blimp, kicking the crap out of a bunch of Hydra troops. One riding a Pteranodon, one flying a jet, one was clearly, Captain Marvel Carol flying through space. But she lives on Earth where the Church of the Dark Phoenix rules all, and only the Phoenix is permitted to fly. And so the Church of basically the anthropomorphic animals and people in charge of the church constantly every Sunday do hunts of anything they see flying into the sky. She generally is she's one of the dogs, as it's explained. She goes and gets the hunt whatever animals they've killed. This is her penance for having made wings once upon a time, jumped and trying to fly. But during a hunt, she finds 3 chicks while going after their just killed mother. So Carol takes the chicks to raise them, and soon enough they're being able to fly away. She crawls out of the hole she's kept in and fights back. One of the members of the church fires at her, but instead of hitting her, hits the collar that is connected to the ball and chain, freeing her, and she flies away. She decides to go back and rain fire on the Church of the Phoenix, which she does, dropping the members from the sky. She keeps flying higher, and then she discovers the Omni Carrier, which has the Carol Corps aboard, who were there for the purpose of finding and rescuing her. And the issue ends with them leaving to find more Carols out there, with the All Rider leading the way. Our next issue will be focusing on Tony Stark, but the only Tony Stark they seem to be able to find is the Invincible Ant-Man, and he's got problems. The cover art implies the story will be something of a take on Demon in a Bottle. Overall, good issue. I'm digging this arc. I can feel it's not going to run too terribly much longer, but I like the concept, Moving on, we've got Jane Foster Thor, number 4. Where we left off, all of Asgard's enemies have assaulted Asgard at once. Thor is missing, and Mjolnir has come to Jane, who is in search of Thor. Her search has most recently brought her to Limbo, where she's asked Sim of where Thor might be, and Sim is being, Sim. The issue begins in Hell. An enchantress has arrived and is searching for the secrets of Hell. Runa, the Valkyrie, is taking on Curse. No. Formerly. The Dark Elf, formerly known as Curse, I should say. But yeah, things are... Sif makes a realization that since Tyr is involved in the battle, and all these elves and trolls and whatnot mutter a silent prayer, she realizes that those silent prayers go to the same person, god of war, Tyr. Thor runs after a giant cat and smacks it in the face. Giant cat is going after Jane. She apparently is remembering a visit to the Grand Canyon after her mother passed, and she kind of distances herself from everyone. There's a flashback of her talking to Sim, who explains that Thor is in the realm of the Dream Queen, Nightmare's bastard daughter. On Asgard, Tyr and Sif duke out, and Tyr summons forth the Disir. In the Dream Realm, Thor and Jane save each other. However, they're soon confronted with the Dream Queen herself, appearing in the form of a small child. Who explains that her dolls, one of Volstagg and one of Hildegard, are in pain. On Asgard, the battle rages, but it turns out that Tyr is not the mastermind beyond all this, nor is he the god of war being prayed to. No, that's another god of war being prayed to. Ares. And that is where the issue ends. I'm digging this Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor series so far. Gotta say, man, Ares just loves to make enemies of people. He just wants to shit in everybody's frosted flakes, you know? I mean, we got him messing with the Punisher, which, I mean, that's never a smart idea. I don't care. It doesn't matter how high up on the food chain you are. Frank will find a way. And he's messing with Asgard. Whew. Man. What, he's going to call out Galactus next? And he's like, come on. Let's throw hands, bro. I don't care you're 10 times as tall as me. I'll mess you up. You and your big purple helmet. Moving on to our next book, we've got Avengers X-Men Eternals Judgment Day, number 5. Where we left off, the Celestial had made his decision about Earth. And it was not a good decision. It was, yeah. And in fact began to enact that decision, wiping out large swaths of people. The Avengers, the Eternals, attempt to escape from Avengers Mountain. Jada, who a civilian we've been following since the first issue, has decided to bring Captain America a cup of coffee. The Celestial attack. Cap is trying to calm protesters at the treehouse of the X-Men, and the Celestial attacked and killed massive numbers of them. But we have the rest of our human characters. Tom is self-centered and wondering why all this is happening to him. Katarina decides that what she did to be judged unworthy, it doesn't matter. It's what she does that matters. Kamali waits. Daniela saves her mother, and Kenta realizes, oh shit, this is for real. Oh shit. But Jada and Cap have a discussion about Cap, trying to inspire people to be better, and she appreciates it. He suggests that she should be with her family, and she explains that since she lost her daughter, she's been distant from the people that are left. When Nightcrawler shows up and basically says, "Hey, Cap, you want to give this false god a piece of your mind? The whole world will be able to see it." And so, Nightcrawler takes Cap to the North Pole, where, Cap gives the Celestial what for. And him and Nightcrawler are incinerated for it. Nightcrawler is immediately brought back, and the Eternals, the X-Men, and the Avengers are working on a plan. The plan is basically to attack to evacuate the areas around that the Celestial could cause damage to, and destroy the Celestial. The Eternals explain that they have a bit of a problem, though, because, hey, good plan, probably what's needed. One of their directives is the third principle is protect Celestials. But Starkler explains that he has. I'll share some interesting news. That apparently, Eternals have turned off their psychic firewalls, and Cersei had it would be terrible if someone just took them over and made them punch their gods in the face. Destiny explains that this is the only chance there is, but only with certain modifications. And so, the assault begins. All the heroes banding together against the Celestial. Thor is killed. The FF are killed. So many are just slaughtered. A prototype spaceship leaving the Earth with some of the richest aboard is destroyed. Which, hey, the Celestial's not all bad. But the X-Men have retreated elsewhere, and, well, they're using what few eggs they have left for resurrection purposes. For the second attempt. Which will include Wolverine and Jack of Hearts. Jean is given access to has granted personalized firewall access to Jean so that she can control Ajax, Makkari, and Cersei. Its principles start interfering with her actions. Wolverine asks Jack of Knives if he has any regrets, and Jack simply says that he's sorry he nearly stabbed redheaded resurrecting girl, Hope. Though when pressed about it, when Wolverine says a late apology, but Jack explains no, he's sorry that he nearly stabbed her. If he'd done the job right, they'd have won the war and they wouldn't be in this mess. But Jack of Knives is the distraction for the rest of the heroes as they attack the Celestial. Exodus is trying to get Cyclops to resurrect Cyclops, rather than not this heretical thing he plans to do. It's against all the rules of Krakoa, which Nightcrawler says is against their custom. And customs are just habits that are way too big for their boots. Cyclops is a great leader, but he's not who the Earth needs right now. And the issue ends with a very familiar shield smashing its way out of an egg. And that is where the issue ends. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, all right. When it got to the point of, oh, they just slaughtered everyone. Well, guess the five are going to be working overtime. Moving on, though, we have our next book is Avengers number 60, which is a tie-in to AXE. So yeah, Hawkeye has to basically justify his existence to the Celestial against a mailbox. Yeah, that's a pretty high bar. So after a Thunderbolts gig, Clint walks into a diner to wash all the blood off. When he comes out, Black Widow's waiting on him. But it's not Black Widow, it's the Celestial in the form of Black Widow. And it's proven, so he's like, oh, okay, alright. And he basically has 24 hours to prove that, he brings more joy to the world than, a mailbox. Talks to Luke Cage about it. Adding that, yeah, he kind of messed up the gig he was sent to, because it turns out that the critter the Thunderbolts were sent to kill is alive and running around the sewers now. Also, kind of there's a lot of, it's not the action, or the action, it's the intent. So, for example, he goes after Crossfire. Apparently, during the fight, Crossfire explains that he was hired to kill a major arms dealer, and Clint just saved the guy. But the Celestial's decision is sent by a letter to Clint. He passed. Also, it turns out that when Clint was talking with Mayor Cage, it was actually the Celestial. But that is where the issue ends. Which brings us to our last book for the moment. Switching over to the Distinguished Competition. And we're going to maybe try something a bit different for, I guess, this and probably just through next month. Having Dark Crisis and AXE in the same video. Get our events out of the way quickly, all at once. So our last book for the moment is Dark Crisis Young Justice, number 4. Where we left off, Connor, Tim, and Bart were face to face with the combined might of the mid to late 90s lineups of the JLA and the Teen Titans. Mainly because Bart and Tim are starting to realize that something is very wrong with the world they're on. Connor, on the other hand, is just like, just kind of saying, this is the best, I get to I'm back in my glory days. And then, as the fight continues on, however, Bart starts to make a realization. Well, Connor keeps us, well, they had a new start there, In the real world, the Wonder Girl, Arrowette, and Red Tornado are trying to find a means of getting out of basically a vehicle so they can find Tim, Connor, and Bart. Arrowette is making it very clear. Arrowette is more and more on the whole, yeah, I used to be a costume hero, I'm not anymore, I don't want to be involved with this crap. I have friends in the community, I want to, still be friends with them, but I don't want to, I don't want to see my friend, but not, I don't do team-ups, and I don't, yeah. And this comes up especially in the mausoleum. Well, well, I say mausoleum, but the Hall of Fallen Titans in Titan's Tower, which looks a lot, which looks like it's been quickly repaired after Deathstroke's assault on it. But they managed to get the invisible jet because Hippolyta owed Cassie a favor. But space mites attacked the jet. Bart, Connor, and Tim are dealing with the with the '90s version of the JLA and the Titans. Tim finally gets everything off his chest to Connor about how Connor's death affected him. Bart kind of reminds him that Connor wasn't the only one of the three of them who died. But Arrowhead takes care of the space mites, though it has to be saved by Red Tornado. And the mastermind behind the whole shtick, the whole thing affecting the boys, is revealed to be none other than the son of Mr. Mxyzptlk, Mickey Mxyzptlk. Apparently he's Bart, Tim, and Connor's biggest fan. And that is where the issue ends. I'm really enjoying this. I think it feels like a really a good way to look back at history and maybe say, yeah, maybe some of those things we did back then weren't exactly good ideas. Anyway, that will do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.